Hello and welcome to Family by Nature. My name is Douglas Nemo. Hope everything is well with you and your families. Greetings from the family, by the way. So today I want to share something with you, something that is extremely important, especially if you are planning in future to relocate back to Africa. If you are in the US, if you're living abroad, if you're living in diaspora, and your goal one day is to relocate, not just relocating, but just thriving, then this message is for you. Not only for, those who are outside, it's only for those who are living on the continent. But since moving to Ghana, I've had a lot of chats. Through the channel, I've been having a lot of conversations with brothers and sisters in the diaspora who plan to move. So I've been obsessed with the solution of how I can help many people make the transition smoother. 2 months time will be 3 years here in Ghana, and living here in Ghana is different from when we were coming on, or when I was coming on holidays. So I've learned a lot. This almost 3 years in living in Ghana. And like I said, I'm always having conversations through the channel with brothers and sisters in the diaspora. And one thing, the number one pain point that I've realized, that I get, the emails that I get, the number one thing is many would love to come back home and live here. But what is holding them back? I can firmly say the number one pain point is the income, the steady income to sustain or to fund their lifestyles when they move back home, which is legitimate, which is something that you need to think about or plan before you make the move. I always say Ghana is not like abroad, where like the West, where you can use credit cards easily when you need to make payments. When you are tight, you can use your cards and stuff. Here, cash is king, and I think it's in most African countries, which is not a bad thing. Because you don't pile up debt. So it's different. It's different here. Here, cash is king. Living here can be great only if you planned very well. Planning is not just the house alone. Where you live is not the problem. You don't have to build a house before you come. But if you have something, an income producing asset or income producing assets when you are here, I value that more than even having my own house and not having the income that will help me live in the house. So over the years that we've been here, been observing, and I walk through the neighborhoods, and then you see a lot of houses, and the neighbors have got all the information. They live here, the locals. Oh, this one lives abroad, this one lives abroad. Once in a while you see them coming on holidays, and then they'll go back. And then most of the time the pattern is to wait till you go on retirement. You see, you go on retirement. Why? Because when you're on retirement, that's when you have a steady income. When you are in retirement, that's when you get money, whether you get paid. Let's say you get paid for not showing up. That's when many try to make that transition. The downside is by that time, sometimes you are growing older. You see, now even in some countries, they are trying to extend the retirement ages. So my point is, we live once, and we don't have to. If you have the dream to relocate, if you have the dream to one day move, have an exit plan and work towards it. You know, the biggest advantage that we have, the biggest advantage that people, those back in the days in the 80s, when they moved, when they relocated and stuff, they didn't have, on the 90s, is the internet. Is the internet. You know, anyone, anywhere can leverage the power of the internet to create income. So when you come, when you're here, one thing that you need is skills. When you have digital skills, it doesn't matter where you are. That's why you can create something I call portable income that you can take with you wherever you go. So the one thing, the one skill, if there's only one skill that I would love you to master now, is the skill of selling online. Think about it. Even if you have a business in the UK, let's say UK or the US, and it's a physical business, when you're moving, your income stops because you cannot take the business over. If you are in a job, the problem is when you move, your income stops. So do you want to wait till you pension before you make the move? No. Master this skill. The skill of selling online. If you master the skill of selling online, I can guarantee you, you don't need massive savings. You don't need any savings. You can just, because your income is portable income. You can take your income wherever you go. Your income is not location dependent. You need to create income that is location independent. Your income must not be based alone on your location. Now it's fine. You do your 9-to-5 job, is great. That is income, location based income that will fund your bills and stuff. But don't let it end there. Even if you can invest an hour a week, 2 hours a week to learn the skills, this one skill of selling online, that will change your life. That will change your life. And that's a decision I made years ago, and I've not looked back. Was it easy? No, it wasn't easy. People around you will not understand you. Let me share this story. We used to live in Luton in the UK, and then we moved to Stoke-on-Trent. So when we moved to Stoke-on-Trent, I had I used to do photography, web design and stuff. So I moved there and had to deal with, I had no business like the photography. All my clients were in London or in Luton. And I decided not to do photography again. I wanted to just focus on my online business. Websites, I was still doing websites, but my clients were more in Bedfordshire area. And that time I had transitioned to e-commerce and digital marketing. That was around 2015. I had my website agency for 7 years, and then I transitioned to digital marketing and e-commerce. That's when I started with Amazon, when they launched the biggest platform in it was called Amazon Merch on Demand. That was the biggest print on demand in the world, platform in the world. So I joined that too. So we were the early adopters. So I focused on it. And then we moved to Stoke, and we had paid the rent for 3 months. We had paid for the rent for 3 months. That time my credit score was not good, so we had to pay the rent for 3 months. But that was a blessing. So we paid a deposit, and the rent for 3 months. The Luton rent was around £1,000. We moved to Stoke and it was like £300. So even the £300 a month plus the deposit, like 1,200. Thank God we paid that one. Then that was the blessing. So I used that time to focus. Like I was like 6 months, I had not even gone to the town center. I was just learning and doing this business because I saw the potential. And then, you know, when you start any new business, every business takes time, and that's why a lot of people, they don't get into business. If you don't have patience, don't start a business. So I share with my students the first training that I do, because I teach mostly mindset, skill set, and tool set. So what I share is, when it comes to mindset, I teach something called the mindset of a farmer. I'll do a video on that, the mindset of a farmer. So the first month, I remember I had 4 sales. It was I think I had like $22 my first month, and I was so happy. Just the first sale, just the fact that I was sitting in my room in Stoke-on-Trent, and somebody in America bought my t-shirt. I was so happy. And then I pushed on. So from the time, from my first, let's say $22 a month, within 14 months, I was making like $5,000 a month. And if I had stopped or quit like in the early stages, I wouldn't have been there. So the funny thing was, in the beginning, you know, we paid the rent 3 months in advance, and the time was running, and I had to make sure income was coming in before, I mean, that period. So I was like 16 hours a day. I immersed myself in building something. And then sometimes my wife would come. We had my office in our bedroom, and at the top. And then my wife was saying, "Hey, do you think this thing is going to work? Like, you know, we are going to make it like with the rent and stuff." And I said, "Oh, I'll look for a job." So what I'll do is, I'll be, you know, my computer was here like this. So when she opens the door, she'll see, the first thing she'll see my screen. So when I hear the staircase, when I hear she was coming, I would just put on all the job sites, and like I was looking for a job. And then as soon as she leaves, I'll just switch to my online business. And gradually, you know, I didn't have to look for a job again, because that time since 2006, my last job was IT consulting in 2005. So from 2006, I decided, no, just going to focus on working online, get the skills first. So the first 2 years was like learning, getting the skills, education. And then 2008, that's where I started like on my own with website agency, and then so till now. So if there's one skill that has really helped me, and now enabling us not only move from the UK to Ghana and just living, I mean, as a family of 8, think about it. I mean, thank God we don't have to pay rent, and now we have our water, internet too. We've sorted internet. We have our Starlink now. The next biggest thing is going to be the solar. Then we have everything like that we need. But look at how much we spend. Like, I mean, we are a big family, and the one skill that has helped me is the skill of selling online. And that's what I want to give you. Master the skill of selling online. If you master the skill of selling online, it will make a massive difference. Because once you master the skill of selling online, you have a global reach. You have a global reach. Even here in Ghana, in Africa, e-commerce is booming, it's rising. Now we have Starlink coming in, internet penetration is going higher. People in the rural areas are all getting internet. Think in 5 years' time. So having a digital business is a great idea. If you master the skill of selling online, it doesn't matter whether you are selling physical products. Maybe you are an expert and you want to monetize your expertise. Maybe you want to teach, you want to create your own online courses. You can use the internet to make impact, to sell online. You make income and make impact at the same time. So this is one thing that I've really wanted to share with you as you prepare or as you think of the possibilities to move or to relocate to Africa. Even if you don't plan to relocate, it doesn't matter where you live. If you plan to learn something, if you want to improve your finances or your income sources, master the art or the skill of selling online. It's extremely important. That's why I want to share this video with you. If there's one thing, one advice, one thing, master the skill of selling online. So what I'm going to do is I want to create something like a membership site, like a free. I'm thinking about it. I've got the Facebook group, the Family by Nature Facebook group. I'm thinking of putting some free videos there, or we have the playlist here, but I want to put everything in a membership site, like a free membership site where you can have access, and I'll add more videos, and so that you can also share resources with you that have really helped me. Recently, I just last week, I invited some few friends to join me in one of the biggest online conferences. It was huge, and all that we learned was about selling online, and it took me to a different level. It was 3-4 days, very intensive, and I have a small mastermind group with some of my friends. Some of them are my own students. We've become good friends. You know my friend Douglas, the property guy, yes. So we have our own mastermind, and we all did this program, and it was so intense, so powerful. And I asked myself, what if I can get a lot of our subscribers? I can share this message so that people can also take this program. It's the awareness, it's the awareness. Sometimes we don't know what's going on, and if you trust me, if you are not in this digital marketing space or online entrepreneurship business and stuff, there are a lot of people that you will never know. Sometimes you see some stuff, you think, oh, it's a scam, or because you don't know them. Yes. So a lot of my students have introduced them to some of the big names in the digital marketing area, and when they are doing programs, I invite them, we all join, and it's been amazing. I'm the kind of person that everything that, if I get to know something, I love to share. I love to share stuff because I love collective progress. I love to see when we are all making progress in life. I always say I can't change Ghana, but I can change my community. I can change the people around me. So if this one is changing the community, this one changes the community, ultimately we change Ghana, and ultimately we change Africa. Because the Africa that we see now is not going to be the Africa that we'll see in future. Things are going to change, and it depends on ourselves as well. So let's invest in education. Let's invest We are doing our normal jobs and stuff, but no matter the kind of job that you do, my advice is get digital skills, get digital education, especially, and that everything boils down to selling. Everything boils down to mastering that one skill, that is selling. All right, so what I'll do is I'll put some I'll put a link below. If you are interested in mastering that skill, that one skill, just the link is below. Just click on the link, leave your it will take you to a page. Just follow the instructions, and then I'll share more information with you. My goal is to empower our audience. My goal is to share information with you that will enable you to make informed decisions, that will empower you, not only through like saving, because let's face it, things are tough these days. And how much money can you save before you move? So instead of investing, like saving, which sometimes the money is not even there, invest in skills. Learn skills. And when you learn skills and build business, you can scale these businesses. When you build one online business, it's not going to end there. It's not only the business you are building, you are getting something called mastery. You become a master, something that you can do without thinking about it. And then you'll get a skill and you build several businesses. So after some time, you'll be having a portfolio of businesses. That's what I call income producing assets. And once you have income producing assets, it doesn't matter where you live. So let's get serious about this. Remember, we only live once. This life is not a rehearsal. There are so many things we can enjoy in Africa. This place is great. And I hope to see you here in Ghana or somewhere in Africa. So click on the link below and let me share some information with you that will transform your life. God bless you. Bye.